doesn't love fast food? We all do. However, if the government doesn't step in soon to regulate fast food, our quick stop at a favorite fast food place could come with a side of health problems that we did not order. If you eat fast food regularly, you probably don't love the sound of government regulation on fast food. However, don't worry. The government stepping in to regulate fast food will not take away your personal freedom. It can actually give you more freedom, but we'll get into that later. Honestly, I usually tend to agree that the government should stay out of our lives when possible. However, after a lot of thought and research, I think that fast food is an area where the government could and should get more involved. Government regulation of fast food is necessary to control the rising problem of obesity, fulfill its responsibility to protect its citizens, and create greater freedom through healthy living. Today, we're going to talk about 3 points. Number 1, how obesity and fast food is a problem for all people. Number 2, the government's duties and responsibilities as our government. And 3, how this will affect our freedom. You may think that obesity doesn't affect you. However, fast food has issues that affect all people. According to the CDC, 40% of Americans struggle with obesity. However, obesity actually affects much more than that. Yes, 40% of people struggle with that, and that is a lot. However, that costs a lot of money in healthcare. In 2019, $173 billion were spent on obesity healthcare. And where does that money come from? Not all of it, but a lot of it does come from government funding Medicare and Medicaid, which is funded by our tax dollars. So even if obesity doesn't directly affect you, you do, in a way, pay for it with your taxes, and it has a huge impact on our economy in America. And obesity isn't the only problem that comes with fast food. Fast food also can cause cardiovascular and problems and hypertension. A study done by Sobani and others with the Journal of Cardiovascular and Thoracic Research in 2021 in the article Cardiovascular Disease Risk Factors and Kidney Function found that fast food consumption not only promotes obesity, but cardiovascular issues and hypertension as well. Hypertension is a high blood pressure, if you didn't know that, and that can cause kidney dysfunction and insulin resistance and just a bunch of problems that aren't good. So obesity affects our health, our economy, our well-being. It's come to the point where it's a problem that shouldn't be the responsibility of people and individuals alone. The government is not fulfilling its responsibility to protect its people. The U.S. Constitution states that Congress shall provide for the common defense and general welfare. Obesity and care for our health is the general welfare, and by not regulating fast food, which is a major cause of that, the U.S. government is not promoting the general welfare. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, which is a government organization, has created another organization called Healthy People 2023 Framework. And it states in an article, Healthy People 2030, in January 26, that the main objective is to, quote, attain healthy, thriving lives and well-being free of preventable disease, disability, injury, and premature death. And I think obesity would definitely be considered a preventable disease, and it is inhibiting the ability of individuals to live healthy, thriving lives. So the government claims that it's trying to do this, but it's not. The government regulates other aspects of health and our safety too, such as like tobacco, alcohol, environmental safety, food safety, car safety, like wearing a seatbelt and all those laws. It does other things in other areas to provide for our safety and general welfare, but not in obesity and fast food. According to a 2023 survey done by Pino Nomes and others in Public Perception of Responsibility for Recommendation of Food Policies in 7 countries, a majority agreed that it is the government's responsibility to provide a healthy and food environment. So people agree that this is the government, or an area that the government should be involved in. So how would this impose on our personal freedom? It doesn't. Government regulation actually gives us more freedom. It doesn't take away our freedom. And that may not sound right, but let me explain. So our freedom is to live our lives, our healthy lives, long lives, and fast food inhibits that. Fast food can even lead to premature death. A 2018 study in Australia titled Impact of Overweight and Obesity on Life Expectancy of Australian Adults by the Nature News found that obesity can lower life expectancy 3 to 10 plus years. They quote that across men and women, excess body mass index in adults is responsible for approximately 36.3 million years of life lost. So it not only can cut our life short, but it also can cause stress in our lives that we are focusing on trying to eat healthy and be healthy. But if the government could step in, it could help reduce that stress, and we'd be able to spend more time living our free lives with our family, friends, doing what we love, instead of worrying about how fast food is going to make us feel and how we feel our bodies. Government regulation of fast food would lead to happier, healthier, and longer lives. To wrap things up, yes, obesity and fast food is a problem that affects all people. The government is not fulfilling its responsibility to protect its citizens, and government regulations aren't going to take away your freedom. They give you more freedom. So with the help of the government regulation, you can still enjoy your favorite fast food places without a side of unwanted health problems.